So what we're going to do here is create just a basic AB line so we can run AutoTrack with the tractor. To set an AB line, we're going to press Set Track. You can see all the tracks that have been created previously in the day by everybody else. But to make a new track, we're going to press New Track, and we're going to select our method. The most common method when pulling rows and planting is an A-B method, where you select an A point on one side of the field and a B point on the other, and it'll snap a line between the two. A quick one for tillage is just using an A+ heading, and that's what we're going to do today, where we select A+ heading and we're going to give it a name. And you can assign these tracks to a specific field if you know a field name, and that way that track is stored with the field. In this case, we're just going to create a track for demo purposes. So I'm going to rename this track to my initials, test, and the year. Okay. And now we're going to start creating our line. So I'm going to press A. Set A is going to set the location of where the tractor is at as a starting point. And you can see the heading is right now snapped to 0. If I change this to 45, it's going to move it at an angle, and I can select 90. I'm going to bring it pretty darn close to in front of us at 90, and I can choose anything else to view that line. So we're just going to go with 90. We're going to press done, and it's going to populate all of our tracks according to the spacing that we have preset. If you don't have an implement attached under Equipment Manager, then we can just change the track spacing here. I'll make it 20 feet. And you can see the lines change to 20 feet apart. And now that our AutoTrack button has 3 corners of the pie, we can just go ahead and put the tractor into drive. We can select our AutoTrack button when we're close to our line. The display will beep and let you know that it's running an AutoTrack, and the AutoTrack icon goes into auto.
Sweet.
Yeah. In order to get off of a line, all you have to do is move the steering wheel, and it'll disengage AutoTrack. It beeps to let you know that you're off. When you get close to your next line, you can go ahead and press that auto button, and it'll steer the tractor right onto that line. And up here at the top, this bar is an indication of how far off of the line you are. Right now we're at 0 inches because the machine is holding straight on the line. So I've made my turn. When I get close to my next line, I'm just going to go ahead and press that AutoTrack button. The yellow line highlights, and the tractor will re-engage. I can also AutoTrack in reverse up to 45 seconds just by putting the tractor into reverse. And that's really useful when you're trying to line up an implement on the edge of a field. You want to start right on 0 at the edge. And after 45 seconds, the machine will time out, and it'll let you know that AutoTrack's no longer engaged. The other thing we can do is create an implement, and we recommend all customers to create an implement profile. An implement profile lets the machine in the display know what implement working dimensions you have attached, and that way we can start work recording. That allows us to bring work data from the field into Operations Center. And to do that, we're going to go right here to Menu, Applications, Equipment Manager, and we're going to create a new implement. For this example, we're going to create a new profile. This would be we're going to make a disc we're going to say that this disc is 10 feet behind us. It's a tillage operation. We're going to say the working width is 18 feet. Our work point is going to be 10 feet. Work recording. This is where we can select a work recording trigger if we have different types of triggers available. We're going to say this is auto track engaged because of the disc. The connection type is going to be on a drawbar, and we're going to save that. And it's going to ask us to update track spacing to the new working width. We want to say yes. Now we can see that there's a green line behind the tractor indicating the tractor's implement. The other thing we want to do is make sure that we assign the work to a specific location. And so we're going to set up a new field. So I'm going to select the setup tab right here on the bottom. We're going to go to location. I'm going to select our Kerr Machinery client, our KMI Bakersfield store as the farm, and our Bakersfield yard as the field. And I've already got a track set up in here, and it's pulling that track in. So we can run that track as our AB line, or we can use the set track to create a new track. And we're just going to go ahead and use that NT test. And now we're ready to start. So as I engage auto track, it's going to engage the work recording. And you're going to see that blue line right behind that tractor's implement to let you know where it's going for work recording. When I disengage auto track, the work recording disengages because I'm going to make my next pass. So you can see the pass that we've already made with the blue line. So now I'm going to jump on to the next pass with auto track. It's going to start to record the second pass. No, we're done. Oh. Where's over to go see?
So, Kainoa calls me, he's got a question about his display. I just got to go to my ops center and find Kainoa's machine. And since Kainoa's machine has a display in it, I get this little button in the top left that says RDA. And I can just click the RDA if the machine's on, and it's gonna mirror his display to my computer. And in the cab, it's gonna ring, it's gonna give a beep, and it has this blue frame, so Kainoa knows that I'm watching what he's doing on his screen. And then I can walk through things, how to do things on the display if I need to, or this. If you see on the bottom here, there's this auto track. It's got a 4-piece circle. So basically this auto track button on the screen is like an enable, like a safety button. So he's got the safety. He's got it enabled, and then to auto track, he's gonna push the button, and then you'll see the
steering wheel button.
You'll see the
right?
pie go full green. Yeah, he'll push the button in the cab. So this is like a safety, like this used to be the road resume switch. So when you're going down the road, you don't accidentally hit auto track and go to an AB line while you're doing 25 down the road. So I guess as part of this exercise, we're having you guys turn this off. So when the next guy gets in the cab, he's got to enable it and then push the button.